About a year ago, Touchpoint Markets became a carve-out of a previous organization called ALM. As you can imagine, in a carve-out situation, there were transition service agreements involved and multiple systems that had to be ultimately sort of ripped apart from each other in order to initially stand up Touchpoint Markets as a standalone business. And one of the things that we were really looking for in a partner such as Oleon is we needed some help in determining sort of a go forward plan and something that would make sense in sort of a strategic order of how do we actually make this happen. But we were looking for a partner that wouldn't just come in with a fancy PowerPoint, so to speak, and then walk away 30 days later. We really wanted a partner that could not only help us really understand our business and establish a plan, but a partner that could actually execute on the work. And ultimately, that's what really attracted us to sort of Oleon and partnering together. Over the summer in 2025, we actually ended up getting acquired by another business called Arc Network. So in working with Oleon, what we did is we were able to shift the plan very quickly through another round of discovery and diligence. So what the exercise really became was, number one, we want to break apart the Touchpoint Markets business from ALM with those TSA agreements that I had mentioned, but we also wanted to set up a technical infrastructure that would be really flexible for ARC moving forward. So this project really became multi-pronged, right? It was really about sort of the breakaway, it was about setting up a new technical infrastructure, and it was also about sort of, where can we make cuts? Where can we optimize? Where could we ultimately sort of position the business for growth moving forward? Outside of just the pure get us from system A to system B. During that process, our approach was really to try to minimize business disruption as much as possible.
Yeah, we really ran the migration in a way that there was minimal impact to the systems, as Jason mentioned. They still had their full-time day-to-day jobs, so a lot of the data synchronization and application moves were done off hours or in a way that it would not affect the performance of those systems.
Yeah, the work has sort of resulted in three really interesting things. Number one, we fully have control of our own destiny by being separated from ALM, and that's sort of an obvious statement, right, in terms of we achieved the goal of having a separated tech stack, number one. But number two, in terms of opportunity, it really has allowed us to sort of centralize a number of our sort of what we consider our first party data sets behind the scenes in environments such as Snowflake. And where we see the opportunity there is to be able to harness things like AI in order to be able to query the data, be able to leverage the data, and be able to create sort of dashboards to truly build business value from the data that we collect. And that's one of the core things that we could bring value to the business on. But the third thing is ARC fundamentally was a business that was built via acquisition. So now that we have a really strong tech stack that we created as a result of the Touchpoint breakaway work, we see this as an opportunity to integrate more brands and businesses within ARC into this ecosystem. You could do more things, you could build new products off of a centralized tech stack, but that's really where we see the opportunity of let's layer on more brands, more data, and be more efficient and grow great new products, as a result of being more centralized.
And you can imagine a global business, many disparate systems, the amount of manual time and effort it took to consolidate data for reporting and proposals and those items. So consolidating that global data onto one platform not only enables an AI future, but also helps them immediately in terms of day-to-day activities and actually getting consolidated, global, accurate data.
And that ultimately enabled us to build out a go-forward strategy. I feel really passionate and really strong that Oleon really sets the foundation for us, moving forward. In particular for myself, I now have an expanded role at ARC, as Chief Digital Officer of the organization. And I believe that foundation we have, particularly within our media businesses, is really set because of a lot of the great work that we partnered on with Oleon.